Egg yolk, what is going on, viewers of the tube? My name is Tyler and welcome to the channel that is as wild, crazy, and sometimes as psychedelic as a McDonald's commercial in the early 70s.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald's land. Take along a friend and grab a hold of Ronald's hand. Follow Ronald McDonald through the land of apple pie trees. And don't be surprised if you meet Big Mac and Big Cheese.
You know how we trip through time with Chico Crypto. The intro for today's episode was kind of crazy, wouldn't you say? So let's keep that craziness going with some research into a topic not a single person has on their mind: Elon Musk, Bitcoin, crypto, and his future plans. Yes, if you didn't know, the Musk is a Bitcoin and crypto fan. So before we get into his rumored plans, let's first see exactly how his love for crypto evolved over time. Let us begin almost 6 years ago in March of 2014, right after the 2013 crypto bubble. Anybody who was involved or invested or was researching Bitcoin and blockchain back then could be considered an innovator in the adoption curve. Well, on that day in 2014, a Noel on Twitter tweeted at Elon and asked what his current stance was on cryptocurrency. And he replied with a very telling answer. Well, now that Satoshi Nakamoto has been discovered, I guess it is case closed, with a smiley face. So during that time back in 2014, there was actually a manhunt for Satoshi Nakamoto. Newsweek put out this magazine, The Face Behind Bitcoin, where they falsely accused a reclusive old man who unfortunately shared the same last name, Nakamoto, Dorian to be exact. Bad journalism by Newsweek, but Elon's tweet about it proved he was at least following Bitcoin news all the way back then. Later in the year, October to be exact, Elon was on stage at Vanity Fair's New Establishment Summit. He was asked on stage about PayPal and Bitcoin. Let's hear what he had to say now.
You mentioned the startup of PayPal, which is a great innovation that happened in sort of how we pay for things. That seems to me an area in which there hasn't been as much subsequent innovation other than Bitcoin as there should be. In other words, quickly transferring money, especially to people you don't know or whatever, is, to me, maybe I'm wrong, far more difficult than it seems like it should be. Are you somewhat disappointed with the way PayPal then proceeded, or are you disappointed with the lack of innovation in the digital currency environment?
Yeah, PayPal has definitely, I mean, it hasn't moved much since from when it was sort of bought by eBay. The long-term vision that I had for PayPal, or sort of in sort of finance, was to well, it sounds a bit strange, like to convert the financial system from a series of heterogeneous, insecure databases to one database, or well, not one database, but maybe there'd be like a few more. The money is just a number in a database. That's what it is. And it's primarily an information mechanism for labor allocation. And the current databases are not very efficient. Like there are these old legacy mainframes that don't talk to each other very well, have poor security, and only do batch processing once a day.
Elon envisioned PayPal to basically be blockchain technology instead of these heterogeneous financial silos, one or a few interoperable secure databases. Let's continue.
Are you glad PayPal is being spun off?
It's probably the right move.
And what would you do with it?
Well, I think I converted it into more of a full-service financial institution. So you want to do all the things that a consumer, you want to have like all the financial services that somebody needs in one place, seamlessly integrated together and easy to use. And I think really care about the consumer. I think a lot of banks don't seem to care that much about the customer. So I think there's an opportunity to be like a really good bank, effectively, but much more than what people think of as.
Do you think Bitcoin will be disruptive in that way? I mean, now it's a speculative currency. Will it be something that will be what normal consumers will use and will disrupt the banking industry?
My opinion of Bitcoin is that, I think Bitcoin is probably a good thing, but it's essentially, its main thing will be, I mean, this will probably get quoted here and there, but I think it's primarily going to be a means of doing illegal transactions. But that's not necessarily entirely bad, because some things should be, maybe shouldn't be illegal. But
the combination of Silk Road and Bitcoin will save us?
Well, it will be useful for legal and illegal transactions. Otherwise, it would have no value as a use of for a legal transaction, because you have to have a legal to illegal bridge. Yeah. I don't own any Bitcoin.
Kind of interesting, stumbling over his words when asked about Bitcoin, kind of freezing, but then giving us insight that he knows what Bitcoin was used for back then. Darknet markets like the Silk Road, aka the illegal transactions. Bitcoin's major use case back then. But then he says legal stuff too, a legal to illegal bridge, and then made sure everybody knew he didn't own any Bitcoin. Well, that tweet and interview, it would follow old Elon, because fast forward to 2017 and the bull run madness right in the middle of the parabolic run. A person tries to get more hype going by posting this blog post. Elon Musk probably invented Bitcoin, accusing him of being Satoshi Nakamoto. And that blog post, it actually got some traction because the person who wrote it, Sahil Gupta, he was a former Tesla employee. In the post, they cite how Elon codes in C++, of which Satoshi did too, how some of the Bitcoin white paper sounds like Elon, and casual use in forum posts of the phrase bloody hard. Then, in that post, citing the tweet about Satoshi being found with a smiley face. What was interesting was his tweet came out 1 week after Satoshi returned to the P2P forums for his last time to write, "I am not Dorian Nakamoto." Well, Elon decided to shut down those rumors when the blog post was retweeted. Elon replied, "Not true. A friend sent me part of a BTC a few years, but I don't know where it is." After the bubble popped, those rumors died down, of course, as Bitcoin and crypto fell out of the public's minds and grace. But the scammers, they kept the heat on. Who remembers that Elon Musk giving away Bitcoin scams that go on to this day? Well, a guy asked Elon about all the spam accounts in his name in February of 2018, and Elon gives us some crumbs. He replies, "Not sure, I let @Jack know, but it's still going. I literally own zero cryptocurrency, apart from 0.25 BTC that a friend sent me many years ago." Remember, 2014, he made it clear he doesn't own Bitcoin, and just 5 months earlier, he said he lost it or didn't know where the Bitcoin he owned was. So he must have found it. He knows the amount. Well, unlike others in a bear market who forget about the technology, private keys, their holdings, and more until the prices return, Elon actually started digging further. Just a few months after his latest tweet, he was spotted at the South by Southwest conference holding a book, and the topic? Cryptocurrencies. So in his free time, Elon was digging further. Things were quiet regarding Elon and cryptocurrency throughout the rest of 2018, but things started to heat up in the depths of the crypto bear market, when in October of 2018, Elon tweets, "Wanna buy some Bitcoin?" with a picture of an anime girl and the Bitcoin logo. Well, Twitter then showed its ugly side and ended up suspending Elon's account as it got mass reported for spam, even though Elon is friends with Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. Kind of funny, I thought. Well, just a couple months later, Elon jumps on a podcast and he explains what happened with that tweet and gives us deeper insight into his views on Bitcoin, crypto, and even Ethereum. Let's listen in now.
I have a little bit of a different question it's a little bit off topic, but it's in the news, or it's becoming more in the news. So it's about crypto assets, crypto,
Crypto, seriously?
Chris, seriously, very seriously. I think you and Jack Dorsey have chatted a bit recently about this, right?
Bitcoin and Ethereum scammers were so rampant on on Twitter that I said to just join in. It's like, I said like one point, want to buy some Bitcoin?
Yes.
And then my account got suspended because they obviously had like some automatic rule that if you try to sell Bitcoin or something, and I was just joking.
Yeah. So my question is it's a little different from cryptocurrencies. Although given your history in the payments ecosystem, it would be very interesting to know if you agree with Jack and there is going to be one native cryptocurrency when it comes to the internet. He thinks it's Bitcoin.
It's interesting. I have some friends of mine that are kind of really involved in crypto. I mean, I think like the Bitcoin structure was quite brilliant. Yeah, it seems like there's some merit to Ethereum as well. And maybe some of the others. But, I'm not sure. It's like, I'm not sure that it would be a good use of Tesla resources to get involved in crypto. I mean, we're really just trying to accelerate the advent of sustainable energy. And I mean, I think actually one of the downsides of crypto is that computationally, it's like quite energy intensive. So like there had to be some kind of constraint on the creation of crypto. So, but it's very energy intensive to create like the incremental Bitcoin at this point.
Yeah, but by the same time, there were $1.3 trillion worth of transactions in Bitcoin, and we don't see it here because it's not for pizza or Coke. It's business to business in Africa. Yeah, but we think it is business to business in Africa, where it is prohibitively expensive to convert from one nation's currency to another. You have to go through the dollar. I mean, it really is very important it's money over IP for them. It's free transmission of money. And that's really important to opening up the world. And, Yeah.
It bypasses currency controls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's
well, and
paper money is going away.
Yes.
And crypto is a far better way to transfer value than pieces of paper. That's for sure.
Without a doubt.
That has its pros and cons.
Just to clarify, Tesla's not going to start selling Bitcoin anytime
No,
soon.
we're not.
Okay, you heard it here first, even though everyone thought that.
So he admits he has friends highly involved with crypto. He mentions Bitcoin and Ethereum by name, but says it might not be wise for Tesla to get involved because of how energy intensive it is to create a Bitcoin. Well, Condes decided to tweet out about that podcast interview, highlighting how Elon thinks it's better than paper money. Elon replies to their tweet that said, "I still only 0.25 BTC, which a friend sent me several years ago. Don't have any crypto holdings." Oh really, Elon? Well, a few months went by in 2019, and by the foolish month of April, Elon on crypto were in the news once again. Dogecoin had a poll on April Fool's Day about who their new CEO should be, and Elon was the unanimous winner. Elon found that quite funny because he took to Twitter the next day, first tweeting the Shiba Inu mascot with a Siggy and the words Dogecoin rules, no E and Z, just like how Ice Cube liked his NWA. Same day, he tweets that Dogecoin might be his favorite cryptocurrency. It's pretty cool. So how can you not own something but have a favorite and know it's pretty cool? I mean, to have a favorite, you've had to have used at least a couple to decide on why it is your favorite, wouldn't you think? Well, that same day, he changed his title on Twitter to Dogecoin CEO. Well, because of all this, Doge had a crazy pump, and I think Elon realized he shouldn't be doing that because by the next day, he resigned and changed his title from CEO to former CEO and tweeted, "Dogecoin value may vary." Well, it didn't take him long to get back into the crypto hype. By the middle of April, in response to a crypto Twitter account, Crypto Cobain, who said, "At Elon Musk, you are not Satoshi, haha, sue me, biatch." Well, he replied suspiciously, "Cryptocurrency is my safe word." Then just a couple weeks later, he tweets one word, Ethereum, then quickly followed by JK. Well, Vitalik then decided to invite Elon to the DevCon in October, to which he replied, "Stop giving away free ETH," referencing the giveaway scam which infected Vitalik too. So the month of April was intense for crypto and Elon, and to me it proves he was getting more and more involved, personally and business-wise. And then he kept quiet for the rest of 2019. Not a peep from him regarding cryptocurrency until the clock turned to the new year. 10 days in, and we get a tweet. "Bitcoin is not my safe word," with an asterisk over not. You know what an asterisk means? Correction to a previous mistake. So is Bitcoin not a safe word, or is it? Well, 10 days later, on January 20th, only 10 days ago, we got some actual words spoken from Elon, which is kind of a long clip, but trust me, you want to hear it in its entirety. Let's listen in now.
There's definitely been kind of a resurgence in interest as we get into kind of cryptographic, money and Bitcoin and all that, of interest in this idea, And it's interesting, software hasn't eaten the banking industry yet. Software's eaten a lot of industries. There's some that it just hasn't. And banking's still there,
Stripe's eating them slowly. But they're doing a pretty good job. The banks are in trouble if it's not Stripe, it'll be somebody else.
And you love code, but you don't seem to be as bullish on Bitcoin. Do you have could you break down why? Because you're talking about this big database that's more secure for faster transactions. It seems like Bitcoin's hitting at least some of those.
I'm neither here nor there on Bitcoin.
What did you think when you read Satoshi's white paper for the first time? We're like, oh, it's pretty interesting. Or
that was pretty clever. It's just the things. Yeah. This always gets the crypto people angry, but there are transactions that are not within the bounds of the law, and there are obviously many laws in different countries, and normally cash is used for these transactions. But in order for illegal transactions to occur, the cash must also be used for legal transactions. You need an illegal to legal bridge. That's where crypto comes in.
So is it kind of the dark net stuff?
It can't be entirely dark, because otherwise how do you buy normal stuff?
True. Yeah.
And cash these days is used just much rarer. It's hard. It's increasingly difficult to use cash. Some places you can't use cash at all.
True.
So there's a forcing function for transactions that are illegal, quasi-legal, and in some cases legal. But it's got to be both legal and illegal. It doesn't count otherwise. Otherwise, you simply it can't just be transactions within an illegal economy. Because how do you buy food in a house or something? You must have a legal to illegal bridge. So where I see crypto as is effectively as a replacement for cash, but not as a replacement as a primary. I do not see crypto being the primary database.
When asked about Bitcoin and how it serves some of his vision, Elon replies he is neither here nor there, and then once again goes into that legal and illegal bridge he mentioned all the way back in 2014. This is 6 years later, and he is still quarreling over the same issues in his mind. He feels that crypto, and I think he's meaning in a purely Bitcoin sense, isn't the single database, but a replacement for cash. I wonder if he's thinking the single database might be Ethereum. And that is where we are today. Those were his last words regarding crypto. It's obvious he is involved and has been in some form since 2014. He's an innovator. Satoshi? Probably not, but he has a bigger chance of being Satoshi than fake Toshi Craig Wright. Satoshi did not want his identity known and would definitely deny. But we can speculate on what Elon has up his sleeve regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, and crypto. Now Chico loves his rabbit hole dives and connecting the dots others might not see. Well, November 2019, two firms merged to open a 100-acre Bitcoin mining farm in Texas. From the article, Whinstone US Inc., a Louisiana-based developer of high-speed data centers, and Northern Bitcoin AG, a Germany-based Bitcoin mining firm, will be deploying the largest mining operation in the world with a capacity of 1 gigawatt. Now, the size and area of this farm and the power of it are highly interesting because just after this was announced, in a reply to someone posting about Bill Gates' criticism of solar on Twitter, Elon said, "He's deaf wrong. Solar power is a gigawatt per square km. All you need is a 100 by 100 mile patch in a deserted corner of Arizona. Texas, or Utah, or anywhere to more than power the entire USA. This analysis goes through calculations with this link. But mentioning Texas, a similar size of that farm, and 1 gigawatt power. And according to this Bloomberg article on the merger of the two firms, Northern Bitcoin AG, based in Frankfurt, started in 2018 as a sustainable Bitcoin miner and is recording rapid growth thanks to strong global distribution of Bitcoin and its blockchain. The company, among other things, operates a mining site based on renewable energy sources in Norway. So this new mining farm is going to be powered by renewable energy. I guarantee it, which you can confirm further by going to Northern AG's website, 100% renewable. Then going to investor relations, look at the stock price since a merger and announcement, mooning. Could Elon be providing the solar technology through his panels or roof tiles? I think this would be an amazing way to demonstrate the power of his technology and how it can not only power a new monetary system, but also the world. I bet we will be finding out a lot on this soon. Cheers. I'll see you next time.